Because if you do something, the most dangerous thing you can do, the most dangerous thing you can do is to do something for the people. And the most dangerous thing you can do is try to do something by yourself. You know, but, and especially as a black man, for a man to speak truth to power, try to work to create solutions to problems, you have to give yourself time, because if you don't, you go crash out trying to do what other people want you to do instead of going it about the way that you were destined to do it. Like, I got to do it the way I'm destined to do it, because I burn out trying to prove myself to the people. What is Keys doing? Why he ain't built this, that, and the third? It don't matter, because if I do it in 10 years, you still gonna love it. If I do it in 5, you gonna love it. If I do it next year, you gonna love it. So the worst thing you could ever do is pay attention to the people who complaining. I could have a million detractors that be like, man, what the hell is bro doing? Why he ain't doing this, that, and the third? And then at the same time, I can be building like, well, do you know how long it takes to build that from the position that I'm in? Have you ever built it? Because I've never met anybody that has more than me that complain about. And I don't get people that complain about me, but I'm just reflecting here. And you're not going to get that as well. You're not going to get people who have more than you that complain about you, because they already know what it takes. We are in a time now, like you said, you know, when you see, it's like when you see racism in the manifestos of racism and murder and hate crimes, we supposed to live in a society to where we control our own. Right now, there's not a black person you can go to and be like, yo, we should have prevented this, that, and the third. But it's predominantly areas where there was a lot of black people. But there's not one black person you can go to and be like, yo, what could we have done to prevent that based on what we got built? Not one person. That says a lot about where we at. Because who do you even blame? We got to go blame. So wait a minute. We mad that the cops handled him correctly? How they supposed to take in people? Because that's one of their people? Well, shit, he don't hate white folks. So white folks like, shit, I don't need to kill him. He doing their job. I'm trying to get why y'all, I think the most dangerous thing is for y'all to be angry at people for being who they are. That's their nature. The anger has to come in the sense to where you got to change the way you go about doing things. When the devil show you he devil, quit trying to bring the God out of him. Y'all be trying to repaint and remake things into the image of what you want them to be. You ain't got that kind of power. You can barely remake yourself into the image of where you want yourself to be. Like the idea of forgiving a devil and people going to change, like you haven't even changed. Yet you think that these folks that's been doing this for 500 plus years, I mean, it's deep in their DNA. You want them to change? You think you going to vote that shit in? You ain't even changed. The family ain't even changed. The hood ain't changed. The environments ain't changed. And yes, I do believe that until we start killing ourselves, we will always be killed. I think the greatest answer to white supremacy is black love. But see, you have somebody like Martin, and they spread his propaganda. His idea was that black and white love was the cure to white hate. It was never the cure. It was always black love. If we love each other, we will not allow anybody to do anything to us. I just want you to just make sense of that for a second. You go find a place, any hoods, like we stop murdering each other, what we start focusing on, protecting each other, healing each other, loving each other, taking care of each other, building with each other. If anybody come in between that, they got an issue. They will feel very comfortable about murdering the people who murder themselves. It's that simple. And his man, they said that he had an issue with Jews. I don't know how many Jews he clipped down. Jews ain't out there killing each other. So at some point in time, we got to deal with the internal issues before, because it's easy to deal with the outside things. It's the same thing when we talking about ourselves. It's easy to deal with the enemy outside. Like I got some people that I would love to just focus all my energy on and just work on destroying them, because I don't like how they did me in business. I don't like how they did something. But then I gotta look within myself like, damn, you ain't even focused on yourself and destroyed all of that within yourself to treat yourself better first. But it's easier to focus on the outside enemy than it is the inside enemy. It's a distraction for the most part. Because I know for a fact that if I correct myself internally, it ain't nobody outside that can do anything to me. I'm going to be at the highest level. Just want y'all to understand that. The highest level. So when we work to build ourselves up and correct ourselves, shit, that's where all the power comes from. I mean, look, y'all don't like the Nation of Islam, but I promise you, every mother, wife would love if their husband went over there and got some of that knowledge and came back and became better protectors, preachers, fathers, you understand me, builders of their homes. Know you would love for your son to be over there. See, you want your son to go to church, but the church ain't got nothing for him. But you won't sacrifice your traditionalism so that your family can build wealth and have some power. Bro, you got a charger? You won't sacrifice that. I just want y'all to think about that for a second. I'm going to just say something. Y'all might not like this. Like, I know we want to go to Kemetic, we want to go to Egyptian, we want to go to shit, every other thing. We want to pick up all of the deities, cultures, backgrounds, voodoos, all of that. But do you think that that actually will redeem your family? I'm just saying. Do you think that that actually will work? But I promise you, you can't tell me that if your sons and uncles and fathers, you understand me, and husbands and nephews went to the mosque, that they wouldn't be better off. I'm just saying that they going to FOI class, getting trained, getting some militant discipline. So how come everybody knows about this, but nobody wants to participate? Like Kendrick's album was cool, but he ain't leave no solutions in there. And it was first of all, it was let me not even just say it like that. I love the album for a lot of different reasons, because he put a mirror up to a lot of people to reflect and see themselves. That's why I loved it. Now, to that point, there's nothing that in there that I haven't spoke about or preached about or taught about, and the nation hasn't done, and everybody else hasn't done. But we love entertainment. So no, not the Black Panther. The Black Panther didn't work for many different reasons as well. The one issue that we've had in what we've tried to build is not having a proper economic system set up. And that's the future right now, is the economics of this whole situation. Like, you got to look at it. When I look at what's happening in America, even when I'm talking about this, the economic issues that we face with, the economic trauma that we face with in America, going through these recessions, going through these pandemics, you understand me? Going through the extreme price gouging and raising and Fed interest rates and inflation and, you know, so many different things that we can really deal with right now. Like, so many different things that we can deal with right now, but if we don't deal with, first of all, we got to deal with the trauma. We got to deal with the economics. Nah, you got to save yourself, Kimmy, Jegna. But what I'm saying is that is a place that if you're looking for some training, if you're looking for some principles and values to be instilled, if you're looking for a place of redeeming or reforming and start dealing with yourself, that is a place to go start it.